What's up, guys? This is Wayback Tech here once again with another computer video. We're going to be taking a look at this pile of junk right here. This was a scrap motherboard sale thing on eBay that I picked up for 99 cents. Yes, I put a bid on it, starting price 99 cents, and I ended up winning the bid. Now, shipping was about $19, so total $20 here. I'm not exactly sure if the guy actually ended up making money on this, especially when you factor the eBay fees, PayPal fee, and all that fun stuff. So what do we get here for our $1 plus shipping purchase? Well, this was a gold scrap motherboard computer lot thing. I like to look on eBay occasionally for that stuff because you know what? Sometimes you can find some interesting, unique motherboards and stuff like that for really cheap that you wouldn't see any other way. So the motherboard down here was why I really bet on this, but we got some other goodies here that we can add into our vintage pile. The 3Com fast Etherlink cards, always great to have. These work with practically any operating system, so that's a major nice thing to have. We got the ever reliable Toyota of video cards here, Rage 2C AGP. Again, that works with just about everything, although they a little bit bent there, but the PCB doesn't look damaged, so we should be okay there. We've got what I can only guess is a Sound Blaster 16 CT4170. This is probably I think this is after they took over in Sonic. Looks like we might have some damage right there on the traces, but we'll find out. Maybe that won't actually mean anything. Can't really tell. Looks like the green is worn off, but I'm not sure it actually cut the trace. We'll find out. This, didn't really care about this. This was just part of the deal. It is an HP motherboard with a socket, what I'm guessing looks like socket 775. Could be Pentium 4, could be a Core 2. We don't know. We'll find out at some point. It does have a copyright date of 2004, so it's probably a Pentium 4 if I had to guess. And then this is the real reason, like I said before, why I bought this, or put a bid on this, I should say, and ended up winning it. Pentium 2 or Pentium 3, not entirely sure right now. Slot 1, Intel chipset, big motherboard. We got 4 RAM slots here, and it looks like probably a BX chipset. I don't know for sure. Maybe it's an 810. We'll find out. This is BX chipsets. Some had 4. Most of them had 3 RAM slots. So that'll be nice if this actually is a BX chipset. I would be very, very happy with that. It looks like we have a WinBond chip down here, it looks like, so maybe we actually do have some thermal monitoring of some sort on here. The only thing on here that gives us any kind of model name is it says Premium 212E on the sticker right there. There's also other label printed on the board. It says Intel APAC reference board, which is interesting. I don't see anything on here other than that to indicate, well, anything at all. Just a lot of things that are, you know, typical silk screened on the board. And for office or home use, that's always good. We've got our fan header on the front here, which is nice. The thing that's exceptionally nice on this is that it does have an SB header link right there, which is rare on these boards to find. Good for PCI sound cards and DOS gaming right there. This processor is either a Pentium 2 or a Pentium 3. If it's a Pentium 2, it is a later end of the era of Pentium 2 because it's not the solidly enclosed shell, encapsulated shell thing that the earlier ones were. This has the separate plastic thing that attaches to the PCB, and the heatsink goes directly onto the core. This is a 450 megahertz, 512 cache, 100 bus, 2 volt. It is an SL3CC. I have not looked any of this stuff up, so I don't know if that's a Pentium 2 or a Pentium 3. I will say that the heatsink there is not the dirtiest I've ever seen, given how old this is. I've seen quite dirtier that's quite newer. We do have an Intel cooler on it, so that was probably a retail packaged processor, if I had to guess. That's what they used to do back then. We have a curious jumper back here. I don't know what that's for. Odd placement for that. We've got 2 USB ports to charge our cell phones with. No onboard anything. I like that. So, I'm going to get this all put together. Power supply, keyboard, mouse, video, all that stuff. And we're going to find out, does Goldscrap stuff work? We'll find out. There is a little bit of damage that is sustained right here in the corner. I don't think that's going to be an issue, but people don't exactly package this stuff in a protective manner. They just throw it in the box and ship it. So we'll find out, does the Goldscrap motherboards and sound card and all that stuff, does it all work? Well, let's get to it, shall we? Alright, so we got the Pentium 2 or 3, whatever this is, on deck first, because that's the one I care the most about, honestly. We'll test the other stuff. This is a Fire GL1 AGP card. I know it's good. So we're going to test this first, and then we're going to find out, does it work? So let's find something to short the power pins with. And looks like this one says power switch, which is this one. So I don't know if I've got the power supply in the right position, but we'll see. Alright, I think I just turned it on. And it came on. Yes, we have video over here. And it looks like this is a Pentium 3 450. Cool. 128 meg of RAM, that's what I put in this. Now, I Googled this last night, and this is an MSI motherboard, apparently. And it is, yep, BX, 440BX. That's what I thought it was probably going to be. Let's see, do we have thermal temperature probing monitoring stuff in the BIOS here? I think that's a WinBond chip right there. Special features setup. What's in here? Chassis fan detect, intrusion prevention. Yada yada yada. Yeah, we got some thermal monitoring right here. Cool. I mean, that was kind of a big thing back then. That was new stuff back then to know what your processor temperature was there. That's cool. All right, sweet. I'm sure the date is wrong because I'm sure the battery is flat. There we go. Cool. Look at that. It came on first try. Sweet. All right, so let's find out if those other video cards work. All right, so let's find out if that other ATI card works. Not sure which fan was making the noise, if it was this one or if the CPU fan. Doesn't matter. It works. How much do you want to bet this works? I bet you this was probably in this motherboard. Well, that's bent too much, sir. Let's go ahead and take care of that. All right. And let's push the switch, short the switch one more time. Let's see if this ATI card works. Huh, look at that, monitor kicked on. We got all kinds of delicious monitoring here. I don't recall seeing that last time. What in the world was that? This thing just made kind of a weird hard drive sound when there's no hard drive plugged into it. I must have missed that before. Alright, cool. That was a nice little screen there. Alright, so that video card works. So I'm going to have to install an operating system onto something in order to test the sound card and the network card, but maybe the BIOS will show this. Sometimes it'll detect that and give it an IRQ if it likes it. It'll do that. We'll just throw the sound card in there too. It might give it an IRQ as well. Being plug and play. Alright, let's try this again here. The monkey shorts the pins. Yeah. Okay. Came back on. Let's see here. System temperature 25. This must be centigrade. Or not centigrade, yeah. Celsius. Whew. That's interesting. It shows high and low limits, so that's kind of interesting. That must be 25 Celsius. Alright, let's see here if it shows in the IRQ list here on the next screen. Let's just do the F1. Well, it says network controller. There's the audio. Okay, well, I think for now, we're going to call that working. Because, yeah, it recognized them both. I have video. I don't see any weird characters going on right here. Now, we don't have Windows, we don't have a driver, but I'm going to call this good. Yeah, so I'm going to maybe build this into a system, a benchtop system, open to the world, naked to the world. Have a little fun with it. And that'll be for another video. Thank you guys for watching this. Does it work? Junkyard computer parts, scrap computer parts, throwaways, rejects, whatever. $20 for all this, if you include shipping, or what I like to say, 99 cents. Starting bid, and I won. So, there we go, guys. We're going to do another video on junkyard computer parts very shortly. We'll see you again in the next video. Peace out, and keep it out of the ditch. Later, guys. But wait! I forgot about this daggum piece of you-know-what. I guess we'll see if it works. It has onboard video. I mean, maybe I won't need to plug a video card into it. I gotta find some RAM. Alright, we'll test this one, I guess, and then we'll say goodbye. For reals. I mean, at least, we already got the power supply out. This is probably way too nice a RAM for this, but it's the first stick of DDR2 that I found in the drawer, so that's what we're going to use. And I guess while we're here, we might as well figure this one out too. We'll find out, is it a Pentium 4 or is it a Core 2 Duo of some horrible description? It's probably pretty low-end Core 2. I'm sure it's not going to be a quad core. If it is a Core 2 series, I can't get this daggum thing, but there we go. Of course, the power connector has to be the opposite of the other motherboard. Convenient. We gotta love that. Of course, we have the quick make it happen or removal thing already, taken care of, so we can just right off of there. And this is, of course, in the most inconvenient place. This is way over here. So we're just going to make that happen. Alright, well, it just kicked on its own. Alright. I mean, I feel the fan spinning. I don't smell anything odd. Keyboard has no life to it. We have nothing on the monitor. Okay, these are smashed down here. That might be why nothing's working. These pins are smashed. Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and pull a Cmos battery here. I'm sure that's junk anyway. We'll hold the button here for, I guess that long. Got a lot of smashed pins on this board in various places. I'm going to take care of that. I guess I'll be nice to this board and try to straighten those pins out a little bit there. This is probably too big, but how the hell do you bend these up? I mean, you got to make an effort here to really get in there and mess these up, don't you? I mean, all right, well. I mean, I saw the keyboard flash. So either that's why it doesn't boot up, because it's actually causing a short, or it's just bad, or it doesn't like the RAM. I don't hear a beep. Usually HP motherboards have a speaker on them, but I'm not seeing a speaker on this one, so I'm not sure. Okay, we'll fiddle with it a little bit more and be back in a second here. I don't know, I'm just going to try another stick of way too good RAM for this system. And yeah, that's slot, that's memory slot 1, so let's just shove this up in there and flip the switch. It's convenient that it just turns on its own. I mean, oh, that was it. We got video. I heard a monitor. Oh, well, that doesn't look good. But it's at least something. All right, this was a DC 7100, huh? Let's see if we can get into the setup and see if it, we're getting all kinds of errors here. Yeah, well, just do it already. I told you to get into the set. Well, okay, it's Pentium 4. It's hyper-threaded, though. So we're not going to get into setup here like I told you the last time. English, yeah. Pentium 4 3200, 1 meg of cache. It's not a dual core, but it is hyper-threaded. At least according to that other. It doesn't say Pentium D, it just says Pentium 4. A lot of people got annoyed when I call them Pentium 4Ds. I mean, it is a Pentium 4 and it is a D. It's dual core. I just call them Pentium 4D because then everyone knows that it's a Pentium 4. Instead of calling it a Pentium D and masking it, the truth about it, like Intel did. But yeah, it doesn't say Pentium D, it says Pentium 4. So 3200, 1 meg cache. That said, what was that, 800 bus? Yeah. So, I mean, we might throw that in the old play around mode there. And kick that fan up. This is something I like about these HPs, that you can play with that. You really wanted to be a dick to the system. Fan sounds awfully squirrely. I mean, there's like no air coming through that heatsink at all. I got that sucker on max, and it's like nothing coming through that. Look at that position there. There we go. There's like nothing. It's all coming out right here. That thing must just be packed full. Okay, well, I guess you can't kill an HP motherboard, apparently. Even with bent pins and bent heatsink and other kinds of fun stuff. At least it managed to get into the BIOS, so... Alright guys, so I guess that's going to do it for this video of the computer scrap. Will it work? Yes, they did work. No effort whatsoever. Just a little bit of effort with this one. Not really a big deal. Try a different stick of RAM, and then it came on. Even with bent pins, bent heatsink thing here. Alright, cool. That makes a nice sound. And a clog choked cooler. Guess what? The HP motherboard from 2004, 2005, it still works as well. Nice little Broadcom chip. Alright guys, we will see you again right here on the Wayback Tech channel. Peace out everybody.